the day leading up to it, everyone wanted it badly, really, really badly, and you could sense it. And everyone had their own sort of way of dealing with it. So I was just watching videos on YouTube, and I can't remember in particular what ones. But then you start kind of getting a wee bit emotional, thinking of what if we actually win here? What's going to happen? So I'm getting a wee bit. So everyone's pumped up in their own certain way. You turn up to Red Star Belgrade Stadium, renowned for. I remember watching Champions League games there for years. Renowned for atmosphere, and you can hear a pin drop. So you're out checking the pitch. Pitch wasn't in brilliant nick. Rain was pouring down, and you can imagine, as much as the Tartan Army are noisy, you can imagine if they were in the ground, you probably wouldn't have heard them, because that was an intimidating stadium, even with no fans in it. Now, that was the only disappointing thing, I think. I know some people who travel with Scotland home and away and have done for the 23 years. Some of my dad's pals. The gutting thing is they weren't there. That was the gutting thing. But during the game, we had to blank that. We can't affect that. We can't change it. So Steve Clark was brilliant, or the gaffer. So if he's watching, I didn't call him Steve Clark. So he done a meeting, and do you know what? It was so simplistic, but it was powerful. I can't remember word for word, but it was don't play with the fear of failure, play with the anticipation of success. And that was all he said before we left for the stadium. Now, he's brilliant at that because he's quite powerful in his words. So after that, I think, so we played brilliant, honestly, as a team. Probably one of the best Scotland away performances in a long time, because Serbia are no mugs, not one bit. Katie absolutely destroyed Tadic, and I mean, had him in his back pocket. McTominay, big Declan Garcup, massive. Ryan Jack and Callum McGregor, and gutted for Ryan Jack as well, even though he plays for the other side of Glasgow, and gutted for him because he was brilliant in the game. So I'm in Cal, and then me and Christy were kind of up a bit off London. And do you know what? We had so much of the ball. We had some good chances. I wasted one in the first half, but then Christy scores. And it gets to 83 minutes, and the gaffer takes us off, so we're thinking, right, we're trying to get the 1-0 here. And I couldn't see Serbia scoring. Honestly, I couldn't see it. But you have that feeling when the goal goes in, here we go again. So you're up in this stand. Because of coronavirus, you're right up in the stand. And you just feel a mile away. You think, I can't help here. Sit in my hands. And then you think you're out. That genuinely, I thought, right, we're done for. But the boys that were on dug in. And then when it gets to penalties, you know it's a lottery, but you fancy Marshy. You fancy him. And just that feeling, I remember standing next to Frank. We're all in the line, and Frank was shaking. Frank is the team manager of Scotland. I think he has been for 15 to 20 years. And brilliant guy, amazing guy. He's shaking. He's going, please, Marshy, please. And I started to get nervous, just complete elation. Then you speak to your family, you realise how much it means. Then you speak to your mates who are on lockdown, by the way, right? So they're on each other's house, in their own house, steaming. Some people are like emotional. And then you look at videos for Edinburgh, Princes Street, Queen Street, look at Glasgow. Everyone is just, honestly, the reaction to that was what made me proud. That's what started getting me a wee bit emotional, when you started to realise the impact that this could have. And then the build-up's been surreal and amazing.